Where did you take that hit? Was it to the head or was it the chest? And what happened?
Well, I mean, it was both, I guess. I don't know. I've been hit like that plenty of times, so it was. I mean, it was seemed legal at the time, but I was having more trouble breathing when I was on the ground. That's what happened. So I feel like I took the brunt of it to the chest.
How are you feeling, and how are you able to only miss one play? Because it looked pretty scary at first. What happened on the sideline when you were?
Well, which one do you want me to answer first?
Yeah.
Well, well, how I'm able to get through it is I'm different. So that's probably the main thing. I've dealt with a lot of stuff like that, and just the mental toughness to get in there to know. It wasn't a concussion, so it was. I went on the sideline. They evaluated and saw it right away. I was straight. It was really more than anything on the ground was my chest. I was having trouble catching the breath, but definitely good now.
Is next week at all in jeopardy for you think, or can you tell?
No, I'll play next week.
What are you guys thinking? No timeouts, 37 seconds left with the ball deep in your own.
I was thinking it's a lot of time on the clock to count us out. It just took me back to 2018 when we played the Rams out there, and we had a unfortunate fumble that kind of took that ability for us to go down there and show what we do away. And I just had a quick flash of that, and it just kind of bounced in my head. I was like, this is the time where we need to go and kind of show what we would have done on that drive. We got the quarterback to do it, and we got all the personnel to do it to go make plays like that. So never in my mind. I knew it'd be tough with no timeouts, but as long as they gave us the right looks for the plays that we were going to be getting into, I felt good about it.
Yeah, how'd you get open on? You were pretty open on both of those, how'd you?
Well, I think the fact we had no timeouts played a lot into it because they were kind of shielding that sideline. So, it was the middle of the field was pretty wide open. And I wish on the first one I would have got a little bit more of field and refrained from getting scooped near the sideline by 51. But, we were able to get it done, man. So it's all that mattered.
Just Davante, you were just saying this week every game's a big game to you. So accepting that fact, regular season satisfaction, how high is this one for you personally?
Oh, it's through the roof for sure. This is the type of game that we haven't had a whole lot of success going against this team coming out here or just playing in California in general. So being able to come out here and kind of fix what we've done in the past felt really good. And, obviously Mason's been lights out for a long time now, so no doubt in my mind that he was going to be able to poke that one through. It's a good feeling no matter what point it is in the season for sure.
Just to clarify, when you went to the sideline after the injury, they did check you for concussion. There was a conversation about whether they should evaluate you for that. And
that's what I went in the tent for. So it was pretty apparent to them right away. I think me being down is what had them kind of worried at the beginning, and then once they came over and was talking to me, they went through all the protocol on the field, and then when I came off and went in the tent, I was ready to go on the sideline, and then they said they had to go in the tent, check me out, so went in there and knocked that out and then back out there.
You said earlier this week it's hard to judge when breakout games are going to happen, but how good does it feel to see MVS finally start clicking with the rest of the offense this season?
Feels great. People got to respect it, and if they don't, then you're gonna see what you saw in that first one down there where he's able to kind of run free. And I think the difference today was that we didn't just see two shell all game. They played a little bit of man, a little bit of one high, mixed it up, which I was kind of looking forward to. Give me some one-on-one opportunities, and which means that if I'm one-on-one, then typically that means the rest of the guys are gonna be one-on-one too. And, Quez is somebody that'll make you pay for it, especially down the field in those type of situations.
You're from California, you went to Fresno State. How special is it for you to come back here and play football?
It's awesome, man. I got a million text messages coming to this week, even today alone, from people just showing all type of crazy support, man. And, that goes a long way. Anytime I'm out there, obviously I'm going to be playing as hard as I possibly can, but, your mama watching you, your grandma watching you, live. Got my wife is here, and a lot of my family, a lot of my high school buddies that I haven't talked to in a while. So just knowing that they're there, in person watching it kind of gives you a little extra boost.
Davante, you mentioned having a lot of time left on the clock. There was 37 seconds. How much time would there need to be on the clock to feel like you still had a good shot at it at the end?
I'm not really sure the answer to that question, but with no timeouts, around 30 is realistically that's you see it came down to the wire on that. And we only completed a couple passes, so it was tight. But we did everything right. We practiced those situations for that very reason, just to, you never know. Might have to go where we catch the ball, sprint off the field and get everybody, get the field goal unit out there, and we practice that as well. So we're kind of ready for whatever.
What's Aaron like in those situations?
Calm, cool, and collected. He's intense, but from a play standpoint, called some great routes for me to run on that. At the end, he actually threw it to me to play before we connected, and we had a little miscue, but another great call by him, just putting me in position to be able to make plays. And obviously, when I'm called on, that's my job to go out there and do that.
Aaron gave a fist pump after he spiked that final one with 3 seconds left. After you got up off the field, knew where you were, Mason, what was going through your mind as you ran off the field?
Well, just said a quick prayer, but in my mind, the game was over. Mace just continuing from what he did last year. He was, he kicked the leather off the ball, and it makes it just much more comforting knowing that we don't have to go down there and score because we have such a reliable kicker. So in my mind, once we completed that second one and spiked it, we had that one pretty much knotted up.
You beat the Niners here last year, but how special is it when you're able to beat them here again, first time having fans back since the playoff game you guys had here in 2020?
Yeah, it was more special for sure. Last year they hit us with, everybody picked us last year to win because, they had a lot of their guys down. But the type of team that we have, we kind of take it as disrespect anytime we're the underdogs. And that's their mindset. If they have all their guys, which they pretty much did. I mean, they lost a few DBs or whatever, I guess, in rotation. But, it was none of their guys that was, the centerpieces to their defense. So just to go out there and have a hard-fought game like that, it means a lot.
Davante, when you have 70,000 people, 37 seconds, the game's over to 70,000 people, what's the conversation between you and Aaron? Because he's coming for you. What does he say to you?
He give me the route. That's about it. Wasn't a whole lot of conversation in that huddle, honestly. He's, like I said, it's so loud, too, that the more you're talking about other stuff, you got to get the play in. Guys got to know what they got to do. You don't want to be getting up to the line with a second or two to snap it because, then that's where a lot of false starts come in. They start anticipating the snap, and he just get up there, let me know what route to run. And at this point, I mean, this is year 8. We've been doing this together for a long time now, so I don't think it's a whole lot that he feels he needs to say to me to, those are the type of situations that we made for. And, went out there and took care of another one.
You guys have won a lot of games over the years, but what's the euphoria like to win one in a situation like that?
I mean, it's the greatest feeling. The only thing that would make it better is, different part of the season, playoffs or a Super Bowl type game. But, in the regular season, that's what helps build that character and build your identity to show, where you're ultimately headed as a team. So that's kind of what I said when we broke it down. Let that be, what we're about and kind of our identity as a whole. And obviously there's different things we wish we could, take back on offense, take back on defense, and had to fight through some of the officiating as well. But that's football. So at the end of the day, it's just about getting it done, and, we took care of that.
What did you see from the offensive line today, especially with the injuries that you guys have had coming into today's game?
Proud of those boys. Really, really proud of those boys. Yash hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities, especially against teams like that, for him to have to be kind of thrusted into that position. Really proud of him. I love that dude. When we switched sides of the field in the fourth quarter, he's walking by me, and I'm just turning everybody up. I'm going crazy, and he looks at me. He goes, "Man, it's just a blessing to play with you guys. I really enjoy this." And I'm just like, it kind of just slowed me down for a second, and I just got real appreciative for having a teammate like that. It's kind of crazy. He reminds me a little bit of Aaron Jones from a personality standpoint, because early in Aaron's career, he would do something and come back to the huddle. I'd be screaming, "Let's go! I need that from you every time. Let's go!" He'd be, "Yes, sir." And I'm like, "Aaron, you don't have to call me sir in the middle of the game." But Josh is a hell of a football player and great heart, just a great teammate all around. I'm proud of what they did up there.